Next, we'll go to item D, which is the presentation of the Arkansas Geospatial Strategic Business Plan with Shelby Johnson and Mr. Turner. So we'll begin with that presentation.
Thank you, Senator Capps and Representative Wood. Is there an AV person that can control the reverb?
There you go. You're good.
Thank you. We certainly don't want to be the persons that stand between you and lunch, and we want to thank all members of the committee for being able to stick around for this briefing that we want to present to you. I really had wanted to take the opportunity to acknowledge all of the members of our board that traveled here today, but in the best interest of time, I'm going to move forward. And if the chairs will indulge us, we're going to move at a rapid pace. And so if we move too quickly, feel free to stop us or slow us down, but I certainly don't want to waste your time. First what we want to do is give you kind of a quick introduction to the office and what our goal, our mission, our objective is. And it's really pretty simple. It's putting Arkansas on the map. We coordinate geographic information systems data for the state of Arkansas, and we work with all levels of government. And our central theme, the thing that we try to do, is to get data created once and then share it a bunch. We don't want to create a situation where we're duplicating effort, and so that's one of our common goals. If you can take just a second to look at this slide. A lot of days in committee hearings just like this, you're presented with data like this. It's in a table. It might make a little more sense if you had it organized in some other way, but really to make sense of this, you've got to look at the column, the rows. You might have to put your finger on a certain record and then scroll over, scroll down, and it really kind of gets hard to make sense out of information like this. And unfortunately, as decision makers, sometimes you have to make a judgment call when you're presented with a table like this. It's hard to make sense of. But when we take that data, and in this case in Montgomery County, and put it on a map and connect it to the map, then you can begin to ask questions of that data, like where's all the assessed properties that are greater than $100,000? Here's another question you can ask of that map. Where's all the properties that are greater than $100,000 within a half a mile of Highway 8 South out of Norman in Montgomery County? Montgomery County is one of the counties that's been blessed to build this information. And these are the kind of questions you can pose from the technology if you have the data. You can't answer that last question with this. It's just not possible. I mean, you really can't do it without the GIS data together. Some other questions we've had recently that came to the office. How do you reallocate a school district? If you let your eyes wander to that diagonal area that's shaded in gray with the diagonal lines, that was the former Twin Rivers School District. One of the things that we were able to do was work with the Commissioner of Education, the superintendents in that area, county officials and others, to use the technology and the various overlays to reallocate the Twin Rivers School District to the adjoining school districts. This is an example of something you can do when you have the data. Other questions you can answer: how's our economy doing? And this is an example of that. Here's a good question you might be able to answer with the technology. How many people go to another state to play the lottery? Well, the people that are living closest to the other state. One of the things that we do to accomplish our mission is we publish all of Arkansas's GIS data in an online warehouse, a platform that houses our state's data. And this is the thing that we're really good at. We have this online technology that people across the planet come to and visit and consume the data. And our technology is so unique that a couple years ago we applied for a patent to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. And that's what you see on the left that was awarded to us in 2008 for GeoStore. And I want you to be proud of this fact that this is something unique to Arkansas. This only exists in Arkansas. And the way we go about doing this is really something that we're proud of. I hope you are too. Today, we have over 200 different data sets that are loaded into this system. And people across planet Earth come and visit this site to consume map information about Arkansas. One of the things that we try to do is we try to get cities, counties, state agencies, and other entities that create this data to to publish the data into the system. So what we're doing is we're working with county judges and their 911 coordinators, county assessors, others, to put their data into the system. We stitch it together, we publish it, share it with other state agencies, and then we also share it with the world. I think Senator Broadway is one of our biggest advocates, and he will tell you that this is a really important tool for economic development. How do we know this?
Whole energy team there.
Last year, we got this decal in the mail. And it sat on my desk for about 3 weeks, and I didn't really pay attention to it that much until I cracked open the internet and looked and read what this represents. This decal represents a Google favorite place. You're supposed to put it on your window so that people can take photos of it. It's the top 1% of internet searches out of 28 million businesses in the United States that were listed in the Google Business Directory. We got one of these. Are you proud? I hope you are. What that map shows you is the countries from around the world that come to this site that are unique to get and consume your data about your state, about your community, about your county, and we're really proud of this fact. Some of the data that you're coming in there to get is the aerial imagery. That's one that's pretty popular. This is southwest of Conway. If you let your eyes kind of focus on the blue boxes, you'll see that this data, these tools, are something that you want in the hands of your county assessors. And your school district superintendents and the school districts want them to have this data too. At least the smart ones do, for obvious reasons. Here's another example that may be familiar to you. The reason we talk about this imagery so much is because it's such an important base layer. It's foundational on which a lot of the other map layers are built on. And so this is another good example. Why don't we put it out there? A lot of people think Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, and the others go around and image the world. In fact, the case is that they get the data from us. We're proud for them to have it. And the reason is really simple. For tourism, economic development, just find your way around to the next event that you're going to go to. This is a handy tool, and we want to be winners and have our best data out there representing our state. Some of the other data that people from around the planet come to consume at our site is the parcel polygon. This data set represents the tax parcel at the county assessor offices. And you can see the counties that are in red are counties that haven't been able to complete the project yet. We work with those counties, we work with the assessors to try to get them the technical expertise, and a little bit of training, guidance to help them get this data produced. This is one of the areas we want to focus in on as part of our plan, is to try to address that. Our road centerline file, this is the one that's used to get driving directions, find your way. It helps fire departments, sheriff offices, and 911 dispatchers get people to emergencies. And what you see there is the year that it was published on GeoStore. The one county remained Senator Lavery's county, home county, Newton County. We'll have it done later this summer. And what you'll have is 75 different authors at the county level produced into one statewide file that we assemble together and publish for the world to consume. Address point data, this is another one we work with, again working with the county E911 and county judges. Litany of uses for this data. Address data is inherently governmental, and name a state agency that doesn't collect an address. So we use this data as well for a whole host of reasons. Again, why do we do this? Planet Earth, looking at Arkansas, and we hope they come here and use this data to make a decision and do business here. By comparison, our project that we're going to outline with you today is about a $15 million investment over 5 years, and that's cheaper than a bridge. I'm going to turn the microphone over to Michael Turner. While he's getting ready, I want to introduce him. Michael's from Boston. Applied Geographics is the firm that we hired using the federal grant we received to do this project. Significant to his resume, their firm has done statewide planning in about 15 other states. A couple of those include Utah, the state of Kansas, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New York. So we've got a top-notch advisor here that's going to share with you the highlights of the plan. And with that, I'll turn it over to Mike.
Thank you, Shelby. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee members. Again,